Here are two age structure diagrams for human populations. One is for the United States, which is a country that's more affluent and is growing more slowly, and the other one is for Mexico, which is a country a little bit poorer and has a much faster growth rate. All right. Now, if you take a look, one of the things I want you to notice when you look at this is the basic difference has to do with the bottom of the pyramid. Now, you notice at the bottom of the Mexican pyramid, the number of children, the percentage of population, okay, between 0 and 4, extends all the way out here to 8% on either side. So that means 8% is boys 0 to 4, 8% is girls 0 to 4. So about 16% of the population is under 4 years old. If you add that, you take a look, these first three, okay, if you take a look at it, this is 16%. Right above it is the 5 to 9. That's another 16%. That's like 32% of the population. And then maybe another 12% is between 10 and 14. So if you take a look at this entire group, what you find is that 32 plus 14 would be 6. Almost 50% of the population is under the age of 14 and not in reproductive rate. Okay, whereas if you look at the children in that section, okay, it's 0 to 4, so it's 8%, 8%, and say another 8% under 14 in the United States. You take a look at it, and it's more roughly like 24%. So there's a much smaller percentage of our population is coming into their reproductive years. All right. So if you take a look at these two places, what you're going to the basic point is that in Mexico, the bulk of their population is just beginning to start their reproductive years. The result of that is going to be is that in the United States, when these kids here enter their reproductive years, they will be replacing themselves, and if they replace themselves, the population is going to basically stay just about the same size. Okay, you notice that how this is a very, very narrow kind of tool. Okay, whereas if these kids here in these reproductive rate, if they only replace themselves, what's going to happen is the population is going to grow. Okay, in other words, this middle group is going to become much bigger and the population is going to look like this. That's all going to be more people. All right, so the Mexican population is still growing rather quickly. To put it in a different way, if you think about this, the United States is in a logistical growth curve. Okay, in other words, what's happened is their growth, okay, has gone up. It's gone through its exponential phase, and now it's heading into the logistical phase, like that. Whereas in the Mexican population, their growth curve looks more like a exponential growth curve. Their population is still on the upward path, okay, and hasn't started balancing off.